All right, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow, and remember, no one is worthless, no story is worthless. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest for you. Give you a couple of words about my guest. Creative, upbeat, singer, songwriter, all the way from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Miss Willow Woodward. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing really well. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
No problem at all. Now, we were talking, and if you don't mind, I just want to get right into it. You have a album out. This is your first album, and it's called Hideaway, all right? So, being a creative, because I like to talk to creatives about their process and everything that goes into it, tell us about what went into making your first album. Like, what was your process in going through this?
So the process of Hideaway is basically, it's a collection of 9 songs that takes the listener through a journey of the past couple of years with my songwriting. So I started writing songs when I was in the middle of middle school. But in the past couple of years, I've really been honing my songwriting craft, and the album takes you through different more dance-oriented songs or towards a more country focused. So the songs, it has a lot of variety, and the process, I play piano, and I've started learning guitar. I play piano for all my life, but I create the melodies on the piano, and then I take it from there.
Okay, so it sounded, as I said before, creative. So you said you've been playing piano all your life. You just got with the guitar not that long ago, or what have you?
Yeah, not long ago, in the beginning of March.
Okay, really not that long ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, okay. So, what were your influences? Like, where does this love of music come from? Or whom does this influence of music come from?
Well, I certainly have influences from some of my favorite artists. Like some of my favorite artists are Taylor Swift and Maggie Rogers. I love listening to their music and trying to evoke some of the emotions that they have in my own songwriting. But I definitely grew up in a pretty musical family. Both of my parents were in a cappella groups when they were in college, and I've loved singing all my life. And then when I discovered this songwriting and how I could incorporate piano and music in my own original way, I guess that influenced me.
Okay, all right. So now when you talk about songwriting process, everyone finds inspiration from all sorts of things, so I can't say that there's just one avenue that you take towards, being inspired to write songs. But what are some of the things that inspired you to write the songs that you write?
Well, I think some things that inspire me to write the songs I write definitely come from my life experiences and writing from my friendships, but also I think some of the best songs that I've written are songs that aren't necessarily about me, but are about songs that could relate to everyone. And I think that's pretty powerful, because when someone sees themselves in a song or sees the lyrics and can relate to something, then I think the song catches on more, and people like it.
Okay, all right. I like that. Now, you've already released a couple of singles earlier in Superman and For the Love. Now, when it came time for you to drop Hideaway, what was it like to, shoot the video and do all this stuff? Like, what was it like making your videos for your album?
Well, those were, it was a pretty crazy experience. I'd never shot a music video before,
okay.
And I'm not a super outgoing person, so shooting the videos, it was definitely a little bit of an adjustment, being in front of the camera and trying to shoot all the scenes. But the experience was really great, because I think it helped me as an artist create the visual perspective, because I have all the songs, and from hearing the songs, but then when you look at them and you look at kind of bringing to life what the songs are about, I think was really, really great experience.
Okay. All right. So now, let me ask, because this has been 2020. 2020 has not been a very kind year for millions of people. But I'm going to put a spin on this question, and I'm going to ask from this perspective. How has this year actually helped you in terms of your singing and songwriting?
Yeah, well, as I briefly mentioned this before, but I started playing guitar, and that was something I was at home with my family because I go to boarding school, and so my school we obviously didn't go back to school in, this past spring, and I was online, and so I was spending a lot of time at home, and I discovered many artists like Casey Musgraves, and I loved her album, her most recent album, Golden Hour, and then I just started playing guitar, and I'm still learning, and but I think I had a lot more time because everything time slowed down, and so I had a lot more time to write songs and learn from different artists around me, instead of just trying to get better myself as a songwriter, instead of looking at other people around me and trying to take some of their influences and some of what makes them great and try to emulate that.
Okay, now, I mean, hey, I totally agree. And especially, sometimes, as I said before, being a creative, sometimes you draw, influence from other creatives. Mm-hmm. So, as you said, if it takes you, taking a step back, hey, you know what? Let me just listen to what everyone else is doing instead of just, keep trying to march to the beat of my own drum so I can get more of an influence. That way I can create my own sound. And I totally agree. Hey.
Because a lot of my dance, a lot of the tracks of the songs I had done before had been very dance oriented and pop, because I mean, that's one of my favorite styles of music to listen to. But then during this past year, I really fell in love with a more alternative country style of songwriting, and listening to those songwriters and artists, and I think that shifted my songwriting in a good way.
Okay, man. I mean, but once again, that's perspective. You have to have that perspective. You have to have that change, and I think that is great. So real quick, just give the audience just a quick overview of what Hideaway is. In the words of Willow Woodward, what is the album Hideaway about?
Well, Hideaway, Hideaway is the name of the album, but then also the name of the title track. And I think what Hideaway is all about, all the songs are trying to give people an escape, especially releasing it at this time that the meaning behind the album is for everyone. Finding your own, or going to a place or a state of mind that's your own hideaway, is super important to take a breath. And I think music is something that has been my hideaway in a way, because taking a step back from the crazy world and being able just to listen, and so I think that's what the album, and I hope that what people feel when they listen to my music.
Okay, so how can people listen to the album? If people want to go out here and listen to it, how can they, get in? How can they get that across or stream or what have you? So,
you can stream it on all music platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, through Willow Woodward, and then my YouTube music videos are on YouTube through Willow Woodward as well, and then on my social media, Willow Woodward Official.
Okay, all right. She's official. She has her own. So follow her, please. There you go. All right. So what's next for you? Man, you have this album, you're creating all this stuff. What is next for Willow Woodward?
Well, I I'm not so sure what's next.
Okay.
I'm really, really happy I have this album out, and I think I'm just going to keep writing and keep growing as a songwriter, and hopefully I'll be able to release more music and show my growth in different areas of improvement as a songwriter and singer. So, I mean, I think there are a lot of unknowns, but I hope to keep writing and hopefully perform. So
Nothing wrong with that. Staying positive within the unknown is always a good thing. Trust me on that. So if people wanted to get in contact with you, you know, because they're feeling your sound, man, they want to, you know, just chat with you, like, how can people get in contact with you?
Well, they can get in contact with me through all my social media just by messaging me. I respond. And then also my email as well, which I have in my social media. Yeah.
All right. So, Miss Willow Woodward, we've come to our last question, the question that my show is known for, so I have to ask. What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Wow, that's a tough question to put into one word. I think the one word I would have to say that describes me would be empathetic, because I think it speaks to both my personality but then also my music, because in my personality I love to care for people and look out for those, and then in my music I think my music comes from a place of empathy and trying to really spread the joy that music brings me to everybody. So if I had to put it into one word, I think I would choose empathetic.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to choose a word. My word is genuine, because everything that I'm hearing from you is just original and it's like transparent, and to me that equals genuine. So I mean, man, I just wish you well on your journey, and even though you're just starting, I mean, man, you know, you have an album and you have a video and you have all these things. So, man, I wish you well and much success to you, you know.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at Word with Ty Brownlow. Follow me on Twitter, Ty Brownlow TV, or you can go to my website, tybrownlow.com. You can get this interview along with other great interviews. Once again, Ms. Willow Woodward, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thank you.